Good morning. Let's go back to 1990 and a film called Air America. Now, Air America was a comedy and an action film starring Mel Gibson and Robert Downey Jr., set in Laos, which is near Vietnam, China, Cambodia, Thailand and Myanmar. And all of this is during the Vietnam War. Now, the basic plot is that Billy Covington, played by Robert Downey Jr., has lost his job in America as a helicopter pilot through irresponsible and reckless piloting. And Air America is the only place that he can be employed. Air America is a civilian airline operating out of Laos. It turns out that Air America is, in fact, a CIA front. Now, Gene Ryak, played by Mel Gibson, is an older pilot. He's already there, out in Laos, but he's just as reckless, and he ends up looking after Billy. Now, General Sung is played by Burt Kwok, who also played Kato in the Pink Panther films of the 1970s. General Sung is running a drug business with the help of Air America, but it's all undercover. The film wasn't really very successful, probably because it either shouldn't have been a comedy, to be honest, or shouldn't have featured Air America as the pivotal point in the plot, or, well, it just wasn't a very good mixture. It needn't have focused on Air America. That whole thing could have been fictional if necessary. But it does show some quite good stunts, some air stunts, using the kind of aircraft that would have been used at that time in those places. You see, Air America, the CIA airline, actually did exist. The logotype used in the film was actually the logotype of the real clandestine airline. And I know this because when I was in my first job out of school as an avionics technician in Goroka in Papua New Guinea in the late 1970s, one of the older avionics engineers in the same room that I worked in, I think he was from Laos, he used to wear a jacket to work which had the Air America logotype on the back, and in exactly the same typeface that you see in the film. Now, I asked him about it once, and he explained that Air America was a top secret airline during the Vietnam War, and that he was a radio engineer in it back then. He's a really interesting chap. He he used to test the radio equipment by we had all the normal test gear, but instead of using a function generator or a signal generator, he used to whistle into a mic straight into the comms system that he was testing, and he'd whistle a perfect sine wave because you could see it on the oscilloscope on the bench. And he was really very well experienced. And as opposed to me, I wasn't. I was still a teenager. All I was doing was wiring up things. Anyway, Air America, 1990. Hope you have a very good Friday and a very good weekend, a very happy weekend. And like and subscribe, please, if you do like indeed.